our powerful evening today. And this is the 8th Mavin Spiritual Festival. And as you just saw the slides, it used to be offline earlier on, but COVID has forced us to go online in a much, much better way because it's widened our connectivity. So we are here this is all about light. This festival is, and we are here to discover 14 unique aspects of light over the next 14 days. And to set the tone of the evening, I'm going to invite Dr. Nupur first of all to give an angelic message for the whole session. So over to you, Dr. Nupur.
Thank you, Meenuji, for giving me a chance to read the tarot.
Can we mute everybody? Can you all mute yourself? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Nupurji.
Yeah. So I'm taking out the tarot for this whole session and the whole 14 days when we are having this festival of light. And I have this card which are about light and how light, work for us, how we are connected to light. So let's take out few cards for our festival. This is the festival of light. This is a festival of celebration of light. Inner, outside, everywhere. See behind me, it is all sparkles of light. So let's, feel the energy of all this sparkling light in us, around us, and share with everyone. So let's take out the cards. So these are the cards. So first card is transformation. You are going to transform. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing is going to happen. Then another card. Inner temple. Devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. And of course, we are going to touch your heart. And here the last card. That is future. Keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. So they are all going to come together and support you in this quest of searching and seeking light inside, outside, and everywhere. Thank you very much. Over to Meenuji.
Wow, what an amazing reading, Nupurji. That is like light penetrates and changes us from inside. That's exactly what the cards are showing. And we are all keepers of the future. We are responsible for the earth. Thank you so much for that amazing reading. So today we have two wonderful speakers lined up. And I'll first introduce our expert for the day. And that is Mr. Harmeet Chawla, who is a real estate corporate honcho. And he is a constant on TV as well in issues related to economy and policies of the government. And he loves to talk to the youth in the colleges and motivate them. And his mantra is get inspired, but don't emulate, make your own path, which is amazing. Thank you so much, Harmeet, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for having me over.
Yeah. So
absolutely looking forward for this journey. Yeah.
Yes, we all are. So your task is to pay attention and summarize all that we are going to talk about today.
Absolutely.
At the end, and you can ask questions or invite the audience to ask questions to the guests later on at the end of the program. So we go on. Thank you. And we go on to the first, our first guest of the evening. She is Ms. Jaya Bharti, and she is a multifaceted management expert who has been associated with prison development and rehabilitation programs across the country, which is amazing. Also, she's a vociferous speaker on various issues, ranging from education to gender to politics. And she's also into communication, being a writer and a speaker. And today we are going to connect to her role of a spiritual encourager as she introduces us to the absolute dimension of light. So I invite Ms. Jaya Bharti to please shed light on this topic. So welcome, Jaya Bharti ji.
Hello everyone, namaskar, and a very, very good evening. Am I audible to all?
Yeah.
Yes. So I was a little, was thinking, well, like, because this is a very elaborate subject that I'm going to talk about, and then you bring Mr. Harmeet Chawla, who will be paying attention to all what I'm saying, and since I'm also a TV panelist, and I've been, sometimes because I've seen him talking. So yeah, so I never knew, like, everything will be examined and summarized. So I could have said, or when you were listening to me, all the best, everyone. I'm going to say all the best, Jaya, because Mr. Harmeet is listening to you. So
It's all in
thank
a
you for
good
that.
spirit. It's all in a good
Absolutely.
spirit.
And that's lovely, lovely to connect. And since we spoke, we started, and when Nupurdi called me, and she said that, Jaya, why don't you speak about light and the field? And I said, because me and Nupur Didi, we go back in a long back, because I think, more than 25 years of a good friendship, mentorship with her. And we came across, because I'm a former athlete, and I used to train at a gym also, and and I've been into spiritual practice then, and our paths crossed into both physical fitness and the spiritual fitness. And it's been a very good friendship and a relationship. She's been a mother figure to me, and we've had a very good relationship. And when she said that, Jaya, why don't you speak about, like, I said, why do you want me to do? Because she said that you are the one who've been, I have been regularly meditating for last 22 years now. So I was initiated into the spirituality, meditation. And when we talk about spirituality, when we talk about meditation, we feel, the common concept that we have around this thing is that it's about calming the mind. A lot of people, when generally spoken about that, okay, how about meditating? And so they say, okay, because I am stressed, I have so much to do. So then we jump from getting up and getting ready, and then kids, and then work, and then home, and then friends, and you got to get grocery, you got supplies. So many tasks, so much to handle. And then you have, like, your brain is like jumping from one to other to other to other. And there's like you're multitasking, and actually there's nothing called as multitasking. Your brain is switching very fast from one task to another, finishing. And then because it takes energy, and then at the end of the day we say, I'm tired, my brain feels tired. And so what do? So we meditate, or we do some mantra, we do some chanting, and then we sit down, and then we say, okay, that's pretty relaxing. So that's a very myopic and a very narrow view of something that's most expansive, something that's infinite. So it's not, there's no justice done to me giving me 30 minutes to explain the field when we talk about it, absolute light. But I'm no Mr. Harmeet is, all pens and notebook right now. And I'll do my best. So I'll come straight to the point. So when, I was given, somebody said something. Is it?
No,
Did I
it's
miss something? Okay. I thought I missed something. Right. So when I was supposed to talk about light, and I started with meditation. So I'll start with one single statement that we, as we are very fortunate to be humans, because human being is one body, that it's a machine, it's a mechanism. And we are both particles, and we are wave. Everything is a particle and a wave. But we are the ones who are given, we have the mechanism, and we have the capability to raise ourselves from the particle to the wave. We are the ones who can, given a choice, can experience ourselves as matter. And we are the ones given a choice, if we choose to and we have the formula, we can experience the wave. So when I was talking that what happens, why I'll take you to three steps. How does our brain function? How we go into high beta? Then what happens when we stay into absolute beta and only work as a particle? And why is it important to connect with the energy field that we also call light? And how do we do that? So I'll try to like give like another 5 minutes to each, and I'll brush up to 3, 5 points. So one thing is that when I spoke about, we as humans, we are busy people. We have all the work to do in our limited time. And with all that, we have to watch mobile phones, we've got to watch reels, and there's so much to do. So, and then we feel, ये time कैसे निकल गया नहीं पता चला. So what happens, this is what we have been programmed to function in a way. What happens is when we do one thing, so when we are switching from task to task to task, and we know, we are doing. So I'm just asking one question. Did any one of us got up in the morning and first thought that came to us, was it that what kind of day do I want this to be? Or was it exactly the way yesterday went, until and unless I had somebody visiting whom was somebody I didn't want, or I had to travel? Otherwise, what we think is, we think around 75,000 in a day, and almost 90% of that is same as the previous day. And what we think, what we feel, is what makes us act, and the way we act creates a reality, and we are creating the same particle reality day over day, each day, moment to moment. And we want a different experience, we want to relax, and when these things get gobbled and we want to distract ourselves, we pick up the coffee, tea, pee pee, loo, go, I want to eat, I want to make this call, I want to watch this reel. And that's we choose to distract ourselves. What happens when we am thinking constantly of the next task? So we get up in the morning, I get out of the bed, I take a glass of water, I slip into my favorite slipper, and then I thinking, what am I do next? I'm thinking about the loo, and there I'm sitting on the pot. And then I'm sitting on the pot, I'm thinking, what do I do next? Oh, I need a coffee. And there I'm in the kitchen in the front of my gas stove or the coffee machine. And while I'm making the coffee, what aaj kya pehenna hai office mein, what I'm supposed to wear in the office? And then you're going and you're taking a shower and you're dressing up. And what are we doing? We are following our brain, every single thought, like a reel which go, and then I get up, I go to the office, I work, I see the same people, my same emotional buttons are pressed, I feel good and bad. Oh, फिर इसने ये बोल दिया, yesterday also happened. I came back, I sit down in my bed, and to get up tomorrow and do it all over again, the same thing. So we are repeating our lives. And in this, is there any scope of new learning, of new consciousness, that there is beyond something, this matter that I'm functioning in? And is there a way that I can experience it? Did we ever get up and did we give it a thought? Did anybody of us create a different life today or any day that, okay, I'm going to have a different time today? Because we are not trained that way. Our brain is conditioned, and this puts us into high beta. So I've got these incoherent brain frequencies, and I'm thinking in a consistent pattern that's called as a brain programming. My brain is programmed, my biology is programmed, my neurochemistry is programmed, my gene sequence is programmed, everything is programmed. We are copy pasting yesterday into today and to tomorrow. And that's karma. That's what I'm doing, is that makes my personality, that's makes the way I think, and that's create my personal reality. And there is no, and how much is it possible to achieve when you are in matter? If just look at your day, if you have to do something differently, do you really have time for it? Because it doesn't happen by thinking. You've got to move your body. You've got to pick up this matter. You've got to move this matter through space and then do something. But if we are connected to the energy field, Why is it important? Because when we connect to the energy field, when we connect to this, so I'll tell you what is the energy field. There are two ways. There is, Einstein has said that field is the source of particle. It never said that particle is the source of particle. So there is a field, so when we talk about Big Bang, so I'll tell you, we have our, so we have this very refined, defined energy fields. And then when the Big Bang happened, everything unfolded and collapsed into matter. Human beings are not linear beings that I am living into moment by moment, which is passing. I can transcend it given my awareness, because in my, wherever I place my awareness, my consciousness goes there. So consciousness and awareness is not the same thing. Awareness, so all of you are sitting here, are you aware of under your chin? Not until now. It was right there. It was right here, never bothered. Right? It's here and we are carrying. Similarly, we have this connection with the field. My awareness doesn't go there. My thought doesn't go there. And if you want to experience something, the first thing that we have to do is start thinking about it. Thought, awareness, consciousness, experience. Simple method. Thought, if anything that you can think is possible, whatever one can think is possible. You think what you think, your awareness goes there. I'm really hungry at this moment and I am a Punjabi and I love damn chola bhaturas. And the moment I talk about it, my attention goes half a kilometer, Jain Puri wala, and I know, where is my awareness? I'm not there. My mouth salivated, my body actually might have secreted all the juices because my brain doesn't know whether it is experience or a thought. We are primed to follow our thought. The human body, human mechanism is primed. Whatever you think, our mechanism believes it's true. The moment I think I'm failure, I'm a failure, I can't do anything, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I can't do anything, this happened to me, that person treat me badly, this, and what am I signaling? My body, I start feeling stress, I start feeling anxiety, I start feeling sad and low and uneasy and pain and anxiety because I gave myself a thought. So my whole mechanism followed it. The moment I say, and why am I supposed to connect with that energy field? Because matter is limited. And human beings, like we said, we are creators. We was just the moment we spoke about, we heard the two speakers, Miss Dr. Nupur and Meenu Minocha, and they just played that, we can change our lives. We are the creators. We are the protectors and all. How? Because if I examine and evaluate through my analytical mind, how much can I do in the physical realm? It's very limited because it is subject to time, space, and physical effort. But human beings can access a field which is beyond these three dimensions, which is beyond, there is no time there is no space there, and there is no effort there. Everything, it's a thought realm. And we are connected. So we've seen those auras that come. So our thought is an electric signal. We think, can anybody touch their thought? Something we cannot touch does not exist. How are we are seeing each other and listening each other? There is no physical connection at the moment. We are just using a physical a device. But the communication is through invisible means, through an invisible field. Somebody is sitting in Chennai and I'm sitting thousands of miles apart in Delhi. If a communication be established by this physical device, your human body is much more potent than this mobile device. And there is a data that you have to recharge every time. And our data is the unlimited supply of consciousness as long as this body is active. How do we do? We dial a number and there goes a signal to this device that we need to connect with that. And here, what do we need to dial? Our dialing number is a thought. The moment we focus on a thought, the awareness follows. Just all of you, remember your favorite pair of shoes. Can you all? Your favorite pair of shoes? How does it feel when you wear it? Remember the feeling and the comfort? Just visualize the color. This is the power of mind. You can actually experience something by thought alone. And if you practice and over again, whenever there is new information that goes into our head, that information creates a synaptic connection. Keep doing that synaptic connection, it keeps building stronger. And the more it becomes stronger, the more it draws experience to you. So if I'm thinking, if I'm sitting and I'm withdrawing my senses, how do I experience my particle field? I experience my particle field by what? By my senses, by watching, by touching, by drinking, like, Panch Tattva Adham Sharir. I'm not going into that deep Hindu spirituality, but these are 5 senses by which I experience. The moment I stop something for some minute, withdraw my senses, and the moment I narrow my focus on something, that there is a higher power in me, and there is a higher field I'm connected to. I'm a dimensional being. I'm not a linear being traveling in a line. The only mechanism that can go beyond the linear timeline is human body. And the moment we connect with that field, it is laden with information. Any information in the energy field can be collapsed into particle. And how do you collapse? We can teach that in another program maybe. So what you do, you connect, you take your thought, you take your awareness, consciousness follows awareness, you linger in that field. Thought stays there, you keep practicing it, new synaptic connections are born, your body becomes habitual of it, it starts becoming a program into your body, you stay there, consciousness starts becoming more aware, your synaptic connection starts becoming stronger. And the moment you are there in that field, and there is 99% possibilities, something which is difficult to achieve in this 3-dimensional field is possible in no time, because there is no time in the 5th dimension where our energy or the light consciousness field is. There is no time there. So it is not impacted by time. So sometimes when you're sleeping, what happens? Do you remember I'm sleeping for 5 minutes, then I'm sleeping for 6 minutes? Oh, half an hour has passed. How am I sleeping? Do we sleep like that? We don't sleep like that. Our consciousness is disconnected like this for whatever time we sleep. And we do not experience time at that moment. When we wake up, then we realize, oh, my body was here for this much. But for us, time has suspended for that moment. Similarly, when you reach a consciousness where time is suspended, that means you have reached your quantum field. Now, your body is not there, only your awareness is. So now you are beyond the impact of time, space, and matter. Now, whatever your awareness creates there, because that field is 99.99% possibilities, and every possibility is a frequency. The moment you match your awareness with that frequency, that particular possibility can collapse into a reality. And why are human beings told that you are creator of your own life? Because by accessing this field of light, by accessing this field of quantum energy, we can achieve which is not possible by our physical body. And in the process, what happens is a very small side effect, or a possibly wanted side effect, because when we are using that formula, there is a method of doing it. When we do that method, our brain goes from high beta, where the thoughts are going zing, 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 and my awareness is split and it cannot focus on something singular, to beta, to delta, to theta, and then it goes into alpha and deep alpha. And the moment I'm into deep alpha, I'm totally aware and I'm enough enabled to focus my attention at my will. And when you're connected intentionally, when your will says, okay, everything, all that was scattered around has been concentrated. Now I'm applying it with a thought on the conscious field, on the light field. You reach there, you linger on there, you leave your signatures of your electric signal. So your thought is an electric signal, your emotions are a magnetic signal. So that creates your electromagnetic field. So when you send the electrical thought there, it collapses into possibility and your magnetic field attracts your future to you. So if we are trained and if we are willing and if we have the intent to connect with the field and we have a clear vision of our future, we have clear vision of our life, it will take us years by physical effort and manipulation and pushing and running around and enabling ourselves in the and it's going to take us very long time. Even if I have to go and open that door, I've got to carry this body, cover this 10 steps of space and then open that door. It takes effort and it takes time. But if I'm conscious, aware, I get up, I reach in no time, I do it, my electromagnetic field works, there it is. It's just a matter of time when it appears in the physical realm. So normal people have been doing abnormal. How do we achieve? And, people call it manifestation, people call it what? Because manifestation is you keep telling yourself and start creating a belief, and that belief impacts your neurotransmitters, and then it impacts your gene, and then it impacts your electromagnetic field. Even that takes a longer time. But if we use our thought, awareness, consciousness constantly, create a new program, access our field, leave an intent, come back, we collapse any possibility that's in a frequency, in a wavelength, into particle and make our life change. There's a possibility of genius, there's a possibility of health, there's a frequency of wealth, there's a frequency of good relationship, there's a frequency of mystical experience, there's a frequency of anything you can think of, because it's 99% possibility and information. If we talk about physics, and if we talk about we talk about every particle has a different frequency and a wavelength, and every frequency carries an information. So if physical frequencies which have collapsed into solid particles can carry information which has a physical experience, just imagine how an unlimited field of light would be carrying. And one thing, the most important is we can access it. Only we can. So that's how important it is to learn how to connect with the light field, the quantum field, and why should we do it within this lifetime? This will change our personalities. It will change our personal realities. We can heal, we can be joyful, we can enjoy, we can succeed, we can grow. And that's why we change through information and experience. That's called as evolution. Thank you.
Wow, that was simply amazing. You explained it so simply, the way we can manifest our life, ourselves. That was simply superb.
I thought I tried.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not confused, because this is a very wide thing which we do it over a period of 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
But I tried to bring it in, and I thank you so much if everybody has been.
Very concisely you presented it. So I'm sure Harmitji will now go to it later on. Yes.
Right.
So, but it was really amazing the way you you have helped us to expand our consciousness beyond the mundane. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll move on to our next speaker now. This is Meena Anandji. She's a retired business entrepreneur from overseas, and she has a teaching background, and she loves to travel, write poems, paint, and is passionate about what we all ladies should be passionate about, cooking. And she's into social service as well, and a spiritual seeker. And she is now going to enlighten us about Satrangi light. That's a topic today for our light of absolute dimension. So welcome, Meena ji. Over to you now. You have to unmute yourself, Meena ji.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And my pranam to you all. Thank you, Mavin Platform, for organizing this beautiful 8th Spiritual Festival. Honored to be here. My gratitude. And the topic given to me was by Shabana ji was Satrangi light. And very recently we spoke about it, and I was very excited about Satrangi light. Satrangi means Satrang, it's a Hindi word, and 7 colors of light. We all know light has color, 7 colors, Vibgir in abbreviation we call it. So I'm going to take you to this journey of light, 7 colors, and my connection to Goddess of Light, and a spiritual essence of it, and as well as physical impact of light and colors. The colors are actually part of light. First of all, I want to start my prayer by just saying we all be blessed with divine light, divine blessing, and health, wealth, prosperity to all of us, whoever is attending this spiritual fest. All right. So when we talk about light, my little angel helps. Dimple is there. She's going to start the PPT show. I'm not very technically savvy, so I'll take her help.
Yes.
Dimple, are you there?
Yeah, she's there. Yes,
Yes,
Dimple.
Please, you can start the slideshow. Okay, what is light? First question is, in generic term, if we say there is a dictionary definition and there is also spiritual definition of it. If we go by dictionary's definition, it says light is electromagnetic radiation that allows human eyes to see, and so the objects are visible to us. And when we go on its spiritual essence, light is more than just this electromagnetic radiation. In physics, we can say, and to me, light is almost like illumination. When I say light, in my mind, light just comes across as synonym of illumination. Illumination, we are all are on the path of illumination, and we will discuss about illumination. And then I asked my mentor, I have to acknowledge her, my guide, Meenu Maralji. She'll be coming on this platform also very soon to give talks. And I asked her, what is illumination? And I was given to understand illumination is basically actionable insights. We get insights that we can take action upon. They're actionable, not like out of the blue. So for me, light is energy, it's frequency. Light has terahertz frequency, which many people have talked about. So this Gangama is goddess of light. She is only light, light energy, and nothing more, nothing less. And for some reason, I have great connection with Gangama, and I have been so fortunate to be. I have been to Gangotri and all the confluences and all that path from Uttarakhand, Kumaon region to all the way to Prayagraj. I'm very blessed, and I was very fascinated with Gangama. So this Gangama is just goddess of light, and she was sent by celestial beings and our creator, divine conscious energy, for a reason. And there was a very important reason that it was sent here. The role of Gangama, the goddess of light, is to keep the planet and all its habitant in connection with who they really are. And what we really are is light of consciousness of our creator. So there is a big connection. And all I wanted to say, I was always asking Gangama, like out of fascination, out of curiosity, inquisitiveness, or intrigue, being intrigued. I said, Gangama, who are you? And I write small poem, very humble attempt. And I was able to come to a conclusion. I'm very happy to recite this small poem. Who are you, Gangama? It's in English also. Translation I'll be happy to share at later point. Ganga, आखिर क्या हो तुम? मात्र नदी नहीं, माँ हो तुम. पाप हरणी, जीवन दाती, भारत भूमि की जान हो तुम. गंगोत्री की निर्मल धारा, कल कल में क्या कुछ कहती हो? मानव की हर गलती को बस खामोशी से ही सहती हो. And the answer I got was this: अलौकिक तुम, दिव्य ज्योति तुम, शक्ति से ओतप्रोत हो तुम, जीवन का मुक्ति द्वार हो तुम, अद्भुत ऊर्जा का स्रोत हो तुम. So it's about energy. दैविक शक्ति अपरंपार तुम्हारी, अद्भुत सौंदर्य भंडार तुम्हें, भारत भूमि का मान हो तुम, ऋषियों के दिए संस्कार हो तुम. हे गंगा माँ, हम शत तुम्हें प्रणाम करें, शक्ति इतनी देना माँ हमको, तेरा सिमरन सुबह शाम करें. So the answer I got, it's like divine light, divine energy, everything divine. And she is light. There is water, which is, we think it's Ganga Jal, but water is just is a carrier to bring the light on this planet. And then, you know what? I was in Rishikesh that time, and after the rain, misty rain, I just saw a rainbow, and I could see all 7 colors of rainbow. And based on that rainbow, the color of light, those 7 colors, I asked, I just happened to pen it down, asking, what is this? What is life? What is Jivan? Kya hai Jivan? So here I'm going to say my small poem. क्या है जीवन? सतरंगी रंगों से बनता. शबाना जी ने कहा था सतरंगी लाइट, सतरंगी रंगों से बनता, सुंदर इंद्रधनुष सा है जीवन, लाल नारंगी हरे गुलाबी नीले पीले का है मिश्रण. क्या है जीवन? 3 अवस्था जीवन की, बचपन जवानी और बुढ़ापा, इससे वाकिफ है हर मानव, भटके फिर क्यों है ये मन. क्या है जीवन? सुख दुख लाभ हानि अपनों की, सफल असफल से सपनों की, रिश्तों का बारीक सा बंधन, खट्टा मीठा है ये जीवन. कभी अभिव्यक्ति है ये मन की, कभी जर्जरता है ये तन की, ज्यों लहरों में होता स्पंदन, यही तो बस होता जीवन. So everything just now the previous speaker said, Jayaji, everything is vibration, frequency, energy, vibration. The whole planet Earth is made up of this. The universe, I must say, cosmos, is made up of vibration only. And here is the English translation. You guys are welcome to read it at later point. Yes. So now we will be talking about colors of light, how many they are, how they affect our mood and well-being. So there are many colors, and most important colors are these 7 colors. Vibgir, we start with violet, indigo blue, green, and yellow, and orange and red. They all have frequency, and this frequency is measured in 2 terms. One is NM also, and one is this terahertz. And higher the frequency it goes, it's like for spiritual path people who are on a fast forward mode, they get higher energy also. And as we are told in our chakra also, we have these colors, same colors starting from base chakra to other sacral solar plexus as well as heart and all. So you will see when it comes to green, heart chakra, from here onwards, throat chakra, anahat chakra, and sahasrara chakra, crown chakra, the frequency really goes high. The lower ones are different color, and we have mentioned these colors, but they are for survival and all. But once somebody is on a spiritual path, these light colors really help us. And you will see, you will meet the people. Some people can read aura also. So, and these are physical impacts of colors like green, yellow, orange, red, and violet and blue. And we'll start with red color, the first base chakra. It creates relaxing and intimate ambience, enhances excitement, and stimulates our appetite. Yellow and orange, second level, a little higher up than red. They create a cozy and comforting atmosphere associated with warmth, happiness, and optimism. Then we come to green. Kind of green is, I feel it's my heart chakra, very strong heart chakra. Soothing and relaxing, promotes calmness, reduces stress, and also contributes to emotional balance. Now, I wish I had these open chakras and color lights frequencies over here. Violet and blue, they stimulate alertness, enhance our concentration, boost mood also. But let us keep in mind, anything excessive of that, I don't want people to just have red light all over, red clothing, red bedding, red interior home furnishing, soft linen. So excess of anything is bad, but excess exposure can disturb our sleep pattern as well as cause us eye strain. So be careful about that, yes. And there are, if somebody has had a fight with somebody and came home and say, oh, this red color dish and red color pillow, it's not going to make a vast or massive change. The reason is there are many factors to that, and people respond differently. It can be personal preferences, it can be cultural differences, it can be some specific context and circumstances. And I'm told even artificial light is used, the colors of these lights are used, and at different temperatures, it influences human perception and also well-being in various settings. Yes. So, rainbow colors, I'm always fascinated with light colors and rainbow colors, prism colors. So, it has a symbolism and it also has a healing. We'll talk about it, yes. So, red in spiritual sense symbolizes energy, passion, courage. Orange represents creativity, joy, and mental clarity. Yellow symbolizes optimism, happiness, and communication. Well, I forgot to mention orange is my favorite color. It's my new black. I love to wear orange, but one has to earn. Like all these sadhu, sant, sadhvi, they wear orange. So it's very fascinating color. Green. Green signifies nature, balance, and emotional healing. And if you remember, so many people, they say when you are under stress, just go out and walk in the nature, talk to trees, hug the trees. So this is where it's coming from. Green, color green itself is healing. And then blue color. Blue represent calmness, peace, and clear communication. So you must have seen many big speakers on the stage in Western world. They wear blue color. And even if somebody is going for interview or going to take the interview, the blue is very important color. If you notice, you will make a note that blue is considered good for communication. Indigo color, it symbolizes spirituality and deep introspection. Violet color. I try to wear violet color. Maybe it's showing different due to computer chrome colors. Violet represent wisdom, inner peace, and spiritual growth. And this is my prayer that I move fast forward on this spiritual path and have good spiritual growth. So again, violet comes the best one. And these all these things have healing properties. And there is a color therapy also. It's called chromotherapy, and it enhances our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. I must say full spectrum well-being. And these practice includes some type of visualization, color meditation, and environmental color exposures as well. And now you must have seen in the Dreamliner planes and all, they have this violet light, LED light, just to make it calm and not aggravate us with the. Okay, now my question and quest was to find out: do we have light? Everybody says we have the jyoti in us, and we have this divine light. So I found out with some research and all that human bodies, yes, they have weak light, which we call biophotons. And this is through cellular process. These biophotons that we have, weak light, again I emphasize, weak light regulate our biochemistry and cell communication. Our body is made up of cells, and the recent study says we have 124 trillion cells in our body. Isn't that amazing? I was going in 70,000 range, now it's 124 trillion. It's confirmed, we can validate that. So these cells communicate. That's how our system, organs, muscles, tissue, everything is working, including brain. So these biophotons are meant for that, although it's a weak light, but how significant it is. And then my question was, we always say, if somebody passes away, and we had a young death in our family, I was just writing to my niece that, okay, may his soul meets with eternal light. So light was there, soul was there. And I said, has to be a connection. The soul has to meet the light. And then I found out that soul has a light, which has spiritual essence. It is separate from our body light, and it emits light. But what happens when somebody passes away? These Panch Bhut, Panch Tattva, they remain here. We are made up of that. We all know that. And this remains here. But our soul transcends from the physical realm, goes to the conscious, which is beyond time and space. So when the people say, yes, let this soul meet with divine light, there is a connection. There is a powerful saying and prayer about that. And now, most important, we have this COP28 going on in Dubai, and everybody's talking about climate change, about global warming. Yes, we human beings are Yes, very much responsible. Let's take responsibility. We all are part of it, but also there is some phenomena going on in our planet and also sun. Like we say, what is sun? Sun gives us light. It's a ball of fire. In generic term, for primary school teacher, we used to tell, but actually, this is sun emits electromagnetic radiation as light. That's how we get light. And sun is made up of plasma energy and also two important gases, helium and hydrogen. And this plasma energy leads to phenomena like solar flares. We are finding out there are solar flares happening, and coronal mass ejections also. There is, and this is influencing also our Earth environment, climate. So part of this, we all are responsible, but nature also has this game and dance going on of light and plasma. So that part we cannot do, but just be mesmerized and intrigued by this divine settings and formula and divine dance. So here I end my presentation. There is more to talk, but time is limited. We can talk about physics, we can talk about combustion process, about light emission mechanism, how it happens, what happens to excess energy release, lot to talk. But my focus here, since it's a spiritual platform, I wanted to have like spiritual lessons to it and about its healing and physical and also spiritual impact of light colors. Hope you enjoyed my humble attempt. I am just a seeker like you all, not claiming to be any authority, just simple attempt. But hats off to you all at Mavin platform for hosting this wonderful session.
It
We
was
are
amazing, Meenaji. It was totally amazing. And I'll go off quickly to Hamidji so that now he can take over and give his comments about it all.
Thank you, Meenuji.
Thank you.
And good evening to all. And I'm absolutely pleased. And I was actually for a while been telling Nupur ma'am, I said I'm waiting for the next version of the spiritual fest to start. Kind of allows something potent and important to come in for the next 15 days into our lives. And starts, you just start making an attempt to go in some direction which is nice. It just starts opening your brain cells into new areas and new dimensions, and we share ideas. And thank you, Meenaji, and thank you, Jayaji, for your lovely talk. And I'll start first. If Jayaji allows, I'll probably because Meenaji just finished her talk, so I'll take that first and come back to Jayaji in the second. So your take on your connect of light from your own individual perspective to the river Ganga, and very nicely put in lovely poems that you've kind of penned down in terms of life, as well as your ode to the river into Ma Ganga. And I have one question before I open the forum to anyone else that would like to pose a question to you. I saw in the charts that you mentioned a couple of the colors which kind of denote the different aspects of life, spirituality, materialism, and other things. What is it that you would say signifies something which would be, let's say, white, very pure, with a hinged tinge, kind of a silverish, lightish blue? So it's let's say white, but really not white. It's got a little bit of silver and it's got a little bit of blue hue to it. What would be this light, in your opinion, that you would kind of denote its significance to?
Okay, all right. What I would say, white reflects back all the colors. That's why it's white color. Black color absorbs all the color, and that's why it's black color. There are many colors to the light. We are mentioning 7 here. And when you say lightish blue, silverish blue, so that means it's white color is emitting back, reflecting back all the colors except for little tinge of blue. This is my little understanding. That whatever is reflected back, 100% white, 100% absorbed black. In between, if red is reflected back, we see that red color. If light blue, as you mentioned, silver, that is the white color is not absorbing or absorbing little bit and sending back.
Let me just realign the question a bit. So my question would be more in the realm from a spiritual understanding, a little less from a scientific perspective.
Okay.
Is there a connotation that I'm seeking specifically with this question on the spiritual part.
Okay.
So if somebody is seeing that light from in his meditation, in his or her meditation,
Okay.
what would be the connotation of that light from a spiritual perspective? That was my question.
Okay, all right. So at frequency level, spiritual impact happens, and blue at spiritual levels represent calmness, peace, and clear communication. This is the spiritual impact. Communication. This is throat chakra, blue. Rukmani and Vithala, we are saying this God energy stays here. And whoever has blue chakra, they are able to sing, they are able to recite, very eloquent for any type of extempore. This is throat chakra. And most of the time, because of our social context, we try to control our thoughts, thinking it's not a decorum to talk and social and all. And inhibitions, like parents say, don't talk too much, in-laws, you are judged by your speech and all. So we block that. And for that reason, many ladies get thyroid issue, and even men, some also, is blocking this chakra. Once this chakra is open, blue color, and different hues of blue. There is royal blue also, and many teal color and are showing up. So this is my little understanding, and I can find more and be able to.
Thank you so much. Anyone in the forum who would like to pose any question to Meena ji, please. So everyone
Can I say something about this blue color?
Please go ahead.
Your question?
Yeah, Sheetal ji, please go ahead.
I think a video is paused.
Mine?
I think
no, Sheetal, you wanted to comment something.
So if we talk in spiritual terms, I wanted to say something on this blue aspect.
Yeah, please do.
See, if we talk on the spiritual level,
yeah,
and if we see auras, first of all, right? When we are able to see the auras, and this blue color is dominant in that aura of any random person, so then it would be like this person has a balanced throat chakra, right? Adding to whatever Meenaji said. So if you have a balanced throat chakra, it would be like you know what to speak, where to stop also. So that balancing kind of thing comes in reflection of blue. If you see somebody's aura is in blue color. If it's low, then yes, the communication skills are okay. You need to improve on them. That sort of thing. But if it's really dominant, then you are really expert in what to say and how to say and your communications.
Yes, exactly. Good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
That was
thank you.
My little
Thank you,
understanding.
Sheetal ji. No, lovely.
Meena ji,
So,
can I have a question?
yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, ma'am.
Talking about these light colors, you're talking about 7 colors. But what about the golden light? I mean, divine light is also golden and silver. What is their significance and in our aura or in our space or in any way?
Yeah, there is one, but I don't know much about it. I'll be very frank. But golden, we always say, like the light, if we see the flame, we saw Deepak, we saw anything, candlelight, everything is golden. And golden, silver, that tone, bright, this thing. And for, these are divine colors. And since I was focusing only on Satrangi, 7 colors, my focus was there. But I will still find out, and I'll be happy to put it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can I just can I ask somebody in the forum if anyone has any I'm sure would have an idea on the golden color and would like to answer and rest that question in ma'am's mind as far as the answer is concerned. Nupur ma'am, would you like to attempt an answer on that one?
Well, for golden light, yes. Golden light is a spectrum of white light. Okay. As you can see, in all the divine beings or all the gods picture, there's an aura behind that is in golden color. That shows that they are elevated beings. And when they are elevated, they merge into that light, that golden light, that is the spectrum of all the colors, that is rainbow color. And it is higher than rainbow colors, that is beyond the white light. And that golden aura is golden light, and which is there in each one of you, because we are part of that divine being. And we have that minuscule of that golden spark in all of us. And when we realize that golden spark, and that is the self actualization.
Wow, beautiful.
I would like to say.
Beautiful.
And
Thank you.
pearl X color or pearl X
So
bright.
I hope I hope Philomena ma'am, your question is
Yes,
answered
yes,
over there.
thank you.
I didn't want to
Nupurji
go spend
always
I
has a
didn't want to
clear
end the night
answer.
without your question not being answered.
No,
Right.
No, no, no. I wouldn't, because I too have a perspective about golden, because it's used in healing also. We visualize the
Yeah,
gold color
yeah.
for certain things, and I also have done it. But just for the
Lovely.
sake of knowing, a little more on it, I questioned on it. And Nupurji always has the right, perfect answer for me.
yes.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Lovely. Any more
Thank you.
questions for Meena ji before I switch on to going to Jaya ji?
I think you can move on to
Yeah.
Jayanji.
All right.
So
Okay.
we listed our
Okay.
questions. Yeah.
Okay, Jaya ji, good evening. And you were saying something about me, and I unfortunately lost the audio, so I really couldn't understand aap kya keh rahe the. But lovely hearing you after a very long time. And
Thank you.
and I think you did a fantabulous job of shortening and kind of sandwiching the 5 days uh, worth of knowledge within 25 minutes, 30 minutes that you had. And it gave a perspective. And if in a nutshell, so pardon me for the nut for being in a nutshell, and not really doing justice to what you said, but I'll try my level, very amateurishly try to kind of do it for the people on the forum. So what I think Jayaji kind of said in the crux was that you have this beautiful app with the button is with you. It's a beautiful grocery store where you get everything. You need to focus which you want, and then the supply from the app will come to you and it'll get delivered to your home. It's like a Blinkit app where it'll get delivered. So so there is the part of the meditative part, there is the material part, there is the spiritual part, and then there is different aspect. The mystical part is, the question is, on that app, what is the where do you want to connect, what is the vegetable that you want, and you just need to say, listen, I want that delivered. And so you need to be conscious of that app. You need to know what's on that app, and once you know that, you can navigate that app very well. Would I be from a modern day perspective, social media perspective, am I kind of right, Jayaji?
Yeah, you've given me a lot of content to use me in my next workshop.
Okay. So please, any questions that anyone would have towards post towards Jayaji, please go ahead.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Jaya, you have explained about everything about the consciousness and everything. How to reach that conscious level? It is not about meditating, because everyone is meditating. I would like to ask you what is the real, meditation? What is the real spark? How you generate that spark and connect to that divine?
So nice and very grateful that you asked that question. It becomes very easy to explain the whole core of a concept. So we have to understand one thing. So there are two ways to know this. One is the information. So we are living in the information age. One is the information and knowledge, and then the technique to put that knowledge into use and bringing on an experience. So what I did speak was the information. And yes, when you and what we take ahead in when we do our retreats and when I do one-on-ones on when people come to us in groups. So what we do, we handhold them from different stages of consciousness. So how it happens is, first of all, a lot of I'll take a little more time here to explain. So a lot of us people, we have this mind. and we have this analytical mind. So a lot of experiences that we have and our mind is also a reservoir of memories. So our and those memories take most of our awareness. So we people as human beings generally we either live in the memory of the past or the anxiety of the future. So either some experiences, certain incidents, certain situations that have happened in our life, we keep thinking them over and over again. And you might have seen people who had really very acute, very extreme experiences or probably negative experiences, and who tend to think them over a very long period of time. So I'll just divert a little and I'm going to come back. So this is called as a refractory period. So I say something bad to you and you really love me, and then you sit and think about, what did I do? Why would Jaya say that? What she might be thinking? And that hurt that happened inside you, your brain, because it's very intense, your brain takes a snapshot of it. It remembers all the feelings and all the hormones it sent out to your body. So then again, tomorrow you get up and you think why Jaya did it. So brain did that same practice in your body and in your physiology and biology again. Then the third day, so the longer we think about certain incidents, we call it as a refractory period. So the longer the refractory period, so if it is for a few hours, it's a mood. Then if it is for a longer period, it becomes a temperament, 15 days, 2 weeks. Then from temperament, it goes to personality. And then personality, it becomes your personal reality. You have all the reasons to complain and you're only thinking about those things. So what is taking your awareness? Your memories that you have programmed by practicing. And either if there is an anxiety of future, we keep our analytical minds keeps busy. It stays busy thinking kya hoga, what will happen, will it turn out this way, what if it doesn't turn out this way, what is my plan B? And then we do a lot of exercise. So this conscious awareness we keep diverting into all the matters that can be handled by directing the awareness into some other way. So what happens, we are either staying in the past or we are staying in the future. We are not conscious of the present moment. So the first step towards accessing that conscious awareness is to learn the technique of withdrawing from the past and no restraining from going into the future. And then what we do is we have an induction method. We do an induction where we first make you aware of your body in the current moment. Then you become aware of the intense feelings that you do not want to experience. Then the next step is we take you to your subconscious mind, and you can literally uninstall those feelings and those thoughts and those memories. And then you are defined by a then we take you across beyond out of body and beyond mind consciousness. And then you narrow your focus on fourth and fifth stage. You narrow your focus, we take you there. And that narrow focus actually, you reach that your brain frequencies and your biology has tuned down so well that it doesn't stay in high anxiety beta. Because sometimes people also think when they close their eyes and then they sit, so their body is still, but their mind is like thinking like what I have to get up and I do next, and what if I had ordered, if the order will come now. So I remember when I started doing it really long back. I hope you might have remembered this. I think I might have somewhere told you this that there was a sari I never wore. I never wore. It was given to me as a gift, and I was just hanging. So, when we sit and our mind is not conditioned to focus and concentrate, and when we make it forcefully, we make it sit. Now the mind says, I'm going to send a really nasty message up, and your body is going to get up. And my brain sent me a message, hey, you should get that sari dry clean. Probably you need it someday. For last so many years, I haven't worn it. But that very moment, my brain tells me, let's get it dry cleaned. So what happens is, so our analytical mind is, we call it, we are in our own way. It is our analytical mind is something that stops us from evolving, because it keep analyzing. It's in the practice. The moment we open our eye to the moment we close it in the night, we are analyzing, we are thinking, we are constantly manipulating. We are not bringing these brain wavelengths to a lower level. So we do the induction process where these brain waves are tuned down to and slowed to alpha, where your brain waves are very coherent, where it is easy to, get out consciously of your, away from your body consciousness. You don't remember your face, your name, your body, where you are, what's your relation, your people, your any situation. And that's where you are in nothingness. I wanted to add, when you're talking about light, so from matter, when we go into this field, there is certainly light. We've experienced this light a lot of time. We have that third eye experience. You and me, we had it together. We have that experience of divine light and that meditation. And when we go beyond that light, it's nothing. It's space. It's just one big present moment which has everything. It is even where, somewhere where that whole huge consciousness is, and there's not even light, and there's absolute stillness, and all information and energy from wherever you can draw your higher evolutions, your mystical experiences, your spiritual consciousness, your different experience, even if you want some changes in your physical life, in your biology, in your health, your wellness. So we do that process, that we take you beyond mind, but we take you with an intent. Because when we reach that field, what matters is that you are still aware. You don't go zero, you're not blank. You're still carrying the awareness. And that awareness, so your consciousness and awareness is there with your intent. We take it step by step. And once you master it, once you know it, once you practice it for a few weeks, and then you know that, that's everything is possible with it. My latest experience. So, and then we say, okay, come on, bring it on, whatever comes. So we are not defeated. So it's a process of becoming unlimited. So it starts from induction, slowing down the brain wavelength, um, getting into the present moment, becoming beyond the body and the material consciousness, and then gradually entering the field and up and above.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Anyone else has a question for Jayaji? I surely do have, but I'll hold on to my question for a while before I.
That's
I have
the
a
most
comment.
frightening one.
No, I don't have a question. I have something to share, and I would like to get your comment on it.
Wow.
But I rather not hog the space. Anyone else?
I just have a very small question. With all these techniques and all these processes that we go towards enlightenment and all these things, can we elongate our lifespan? Like, can our lifespan see, with diet, people say, with exercise, with different regimens, they say, and also with this
Mhm.
process, because there are so many gurus and teachers, like they
Mhm.
left early and they did what they had to do. Many people I
Mhm.
can name, but like
Mhm.
all these processes, is it somebody's wish or it just happens? Like, simple
You
question.
know, Very nice, and Mr. Harmeet had really helped me, because it's a grocery store. Whatever you pick, if you want to, you pick. There's a frequency of longevity. You pick that frequency, so you live longer. Some people might just pick up that they want higher experiences and they want to move ahead from this realm to the further realms. They do not want to be in this particular dimension anymore. The people who know it, the people who know that how, so you know what we talk about mysticism. Mysticism is not something which is beyond, which is uh, cannot be explained by science. So science is evolving to mysticism. Now, what I have explained to you when you speak about gurus and all, so if I start explaining it to a layman, he won't understand it. So they added the devotional and mystic language to it. And even the mystics and the gurus, they were well aware of the dimension fields, of the realms, of the transcendental dimensions. And when you reach that particular awareness, when you are aware, so if you have a multi-story house, it is your choice to which floor you want to live in. You want to live on the ground floor, your choice. You want to go to the fourth floor, your choice. If you have multiple houses, so you might want to choose to, go and stay in probably Una or somewhere in, Panchachuli on Dharchula. That's what my favorite places are in Kumau. So that's because if I have access to it, so people who have access, they know how to make choices, and then they make it's just about having the options and making the choices.
Amazingly said.
Very
So,
nice. So
uh,
soul makes the choice or thoughts make the
Yeah,
choice? Just
your intent.
intent is thought. Thought,
Yes.
intent.
So thought, but there are two thoughts.
yes.
One is unaware thought. So when we are programmed to think, because I had a lady who was into very distressed state, and she's been constantly for years. Whenever you used to talk to her, she used to say, "Oh, my parental family was not good. I had a bad father. I really didn't have good brothers. And then when I was married, I wasn't married to a good family, and this happened and that, and whatever she was telling was the truth, right? So so she was conditioned to, her all environment has taught her that life is not good. And so what she was programmed, what her synaptic connection and her brain was wired by firing the same thoughts, is that she is a victim and she lived in a survival mode, that something bad again can go to her and how to protect herself. And what happens when you're conditioned into certain thoughts, and when you keep, so what happens is that if you had seen, sometimes there is such an acute situation in your life that the moment you open your eyes, for initial 4 5 seconds you're very blank, and then your brain searches what was that issue, what was that problem, and then sometimes we keep thinking the same thoughts because we are programmed. So any thought that comes to us, we keep taking in. My life is bad, nothing is going to happen good, or probably this. A lot of people have it, and a lot of people keep coming to me. So this is going unaware, that you go into a loop of thought, thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking and creating new thoughts and new feelings and new emotions of this. And you're not even sure whether you want it or not. That's going unaware with thoughts. But when you are aware and conscious and a thought strikes, it's your choice. Okay, this is again a program thought and I don't want it. I'm standing as a Gandalf on the bridge. I'm not going to let this thought pass through. So if you believe that your thoughts make it makes the way you feel, it makes your belief system, it makes your personality over the period of time, we will not let any thought that is not loving to me, any thought that is, no matter from which situation it has arisen, I will not let this thought pass through me. I, with my consciousness and awareness, I can stop it right there. And by practicing to stop that thought over a period of time, my brain synaptic connections will drop it, because the whole programming stops in the brain. So the thought are two ways: the aware thought, unaware thought, and the intent thought. So if you have a strong intent, and with your willpower you give power to that thought, that is a powerful intention. And if you play we करे तो हो ही रहा है, अब ऐसा हुआ तो फील तो होगा ही, अगर तो ऐसा है ही, ऐसे कौन ही करता है, then you're going unaware and you're accepting that you allow your situation and your thoughts, which may not be good for you, to define your destiny. That's definitely what you choose to do with your thoughts. That's awareness.
Lovely. Okay, on this comment, I have a very nice small little thing to lighten up the whole thing. So one day what happened? Jayaji was invited for tea to a house. They had two kids, and Jayaji went there, and she sat down with the couple, and she was having this cup of tea. And then these two kids were playing on the by the windowsill, and then all of a sudden they started beating each other up. So Jayaji, being Jayaji, the empathy kind of, and she got off the sofa and went up to these two kids and said, "Why the hell are you fighting? एक दूसरे को क्यों मार रहे हो?" one of the kids said कि भाई इसने मेरी गाड़ी चोरी कर ली. तो बोला कौन सी गाड़ी चोरी कर ली? बोला वो देखो सड़क जो है, सड़क पे गाड़ी जा रही है, तो हम खेल रहे हैं कि जो पहले जिस गाड़ी को देख लेगा वो उसकी हो जाएगी. तो क्रक्स ऑफ द मैटर इज, ना गाड़ी उनकी, ना रोड उनकी, बट वो थॉट आ रही है और वो गाड़ी अपना बना रहे हैं और एक दूसरे को मार रहे हैं.
Exactly.
तो कहने का मतलब ये है, जो मैं इनकी बात से समझ रहा हूँ कि थॉट्स जो आते हैं दिमाग में वो आपके नहीं है. उनको आने दो और जाने दो, पकड़ मत लो उनको. वुड आई बी
Don't
पार्शली राइट?
Yeah, I'll add to it. This is very nice. Something is that that आने दो and जाने दो, because कई बार जो thought आते हैं ना वो जाते नहीं है. They stay with us. So we have to be aware that if somebody tells me, oh Jaya, a lot of people come and they say that they have become so consciously and they start feeling so unworthy. They don't even believe that something good is going to happen in their life, because certain experiences have programmed the belief of unworthiness. And what happened, because certain experiences happened and they thought it for a very long time. So if an experience, that's how we say, because the brain doesn't know whether the thing is happening or whether you are remembering. For brain it is happening now, even if you're remembering. So if my brain doesn't know whether it has happened or I'm thinking, so I can choose a good thing, I can create a better vision of future and keep thinking about that vision. I live that future so much inside me that my brain starts believing it, and then keep creating the same personality and my personal reality as per my vision, rather than being defined by the memory. Because for brain it is just an information which I practice. So why not choose an information to practice? Why become a victim of a situation?
So going a little more forward, I think we have another 5-10 minutes, and I think I can engage unless somebody wants to come and please interject.
No, I think you should proceed, Harmiji, because we are limited for time. Yes.
Yeah, just another 5 minutes. I think, yeah. So
Yeah.
the other thing is, and this is something which I wanted to actually say, and wherever I am today, I think, needless to say, Nupur ma'am has been extremely, very critically involved in kind of shaping those things up, and then my own this thing. And I started telling myself, I think a couple of months back, and I started realizing that which you also kind of touched upon, that there is no past. What I tell myself, there is no past and there is no future. What I was yesterday is dead, so it's irrelevant. Whatever the learnings of that are already in my this thing. So I've stopped thinking about yesterday, because that doesn't exist. The tomorrow hasn't arrived, doesn't exist. Yeah. What is it is right now, which is right now as in like 10:21. It's not even 11. So you have to consciously work on that idea that, there isn't a past and there isn't a future. You got to be here. And the idea which I told about the car is that there are going to be a lot of thoughts coming into your mind, and you just need to let them pass. And I think on a personal level, about 18 days back, I was just getting bored of life. I said, यार कुछ मजा नहीं आ रहा, तो कुछ किया जाए, रोमांचकारी किया जाए. तो मैंने एक दिन उठ के बोला, मैं 50 घंटे तक खाना नहीं खाऊंगा, मैं पानी पीऊंगा सिर्फ. तो निकाल दिए 50 घंटे. फिर मैंने एक ही बार करना था. फिर जब मैंने 50 घंटे कर लिया, मैंने बोला चलो एक काम करते हैं, फिर 24 घंटे और कर लेते हैं. फिर मैंने 24 घंटे करे. मैंने यार चलो एक अब 24 कर लिए तो 26-27 घंटे और कर लेते हैं. करते करते 20 दिन निकल गए, मैंने 500 घंटे फास्टिंग कर ली. ठीक है. अच्छा, अब उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या हुआ है? I become so calm. I mean, any which way I become so calm. My brain is empty. It's like a spiritual thing. It's empty because I'm hungry and I want to save energy. So my brain is empty, but I'm actually more fueled. I am more energetic. So when I say I'm actually more energetic, it's just that I'm so slow now. I'm in no rush. I'm in no hurry. So on the contrary, what I'm seeing is, and I'm going to the first point you said, because when you are in life, you think you don't have too much of time. All of a sudden, when I'm sitting down, I'm so calm. I don't have any palpitations or anything happening, and kya ho raha, kya nahi ho raha. I just feel I have enough time for doing anything and everything under the sun, because my brain is very calm right now. So I think that's just my take on from my personal side.
You just touched upon a very significant part here. Because when whatever, so we say there's no future, there's no past, that's very nice, but what we are even thinking in the present moment, is very crucial, because what we
True.
think is going to create my future. So I have to choose what to think, because my current thought is
True.
my creative energy. And the awareness, when I
True.
think something and where my awareness goes there, so energy follows awareness. So wherever my energy goes, it definitely, my thoughts are going to affect my personal reality. So if I choose to think what I want to think, which is defined by what I want in my
Sure.
life, and I keep practicing that thought, definitely it will have an impact on my future. So my future is not a
Sure.
victim of my
Sure.
destiny, but the outcome of my own
Yeah.
effort and my
You're
design.
shaping it. Efforts.
Yes, yes.
True. Lovely. I think that's a beautiful discussion we've had for the first opening day. I'm sure everybody would agree. And we've touched upon what Jayaji has said, and brilliantly lovely perspective from Meenaji on the Satarangi part. And I think I'll bring this session to a close over here. And I think it's just a wonderful start to the next 14 days of this journey. And thank you, Meenuji. Thank you, Nupurji. Thank you, Shabnamji,
Yes,
Ivanaji.
yes,
So,
Thank you, everyone.
signing
Thank
off,
you,
and
Harmeet
I'll
ji.
leave it up to Meenuji to take it.
yeah, yes.
Pleasure,
Yes,
pleasure, pleasure,
yes, yes,
pleasure.
Sarviji. So that was amazing of you to share your experience. That it's
Thank you,
really,
ma'am.
I'm sure it will benefit us also, that we can think along those lines. So thank
No,
you.
I've on a lighter note, I've actually made sure that my wife cannot fight with me on Karwa Chauth.
True, very true.
All right, ma'am.
मैंने वो स्टोल खींच लिया नीचे से.
All right, ma'am. Pleasure.
Thank you,
Good night. Good
Harmiti,
night.
and Jayaji. You are simply awesome. So thank you so much for all your inputs today. They were
Thank you so much. Very
great.
happy to be here.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to the last part of our program and inviting Sandeep ji. So he will tell us how to get the maximum from this festival, because it's just not coming and sitting here and listening for some time. We need to absorb the light also and become light ourselves.
All
So
right.
he'll guide you how to do that and give you a homework also. He'll tell you
Yeah.
about the homework that we are going to put on the group.
All right.
So
Okay.
over to you, Sandeep ji. Yeah.
So first of all, thank you so much for such an enlightened session on the opening day of our Mavin 8th spiritual session. It was fantastic as usual. We do our efforts and then we see it's happening in front of us. That's very well. And the speakers have said wonderfully their point of view. The experts have, especially Jayaji, Harmeet and Meenaji, बहुत अच्छे से आप लोगों ने सिंप्लीफाई करके चीजों को बताया. एंड हैट्स ऑफ टू हरमीत जी आल्सो हु हैज simply put जो आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया एंड shared your own experience, that has been wonderful insight for all of us. So my role here as I'll be your reflection coach, right? Every day I'll facilitate your 5 minutes or 2 minutes and your whole night overnight, and then you come back the other day freshen, and I just make sure that you reflect on yourself, right, based on today's session. So what all I can say is that in all kind of spiritual what do you call dimensions, right, there is some kind of involvement of exploring our beliefs, our what do you call values, our principles. That is our worldview, right? And at the same time we should be tolerant enough to keep the view on others' beliefs, value systems, and purposes in life, right? And when you identify your purpose, somewhere somewhere inside, you connect with your inner guide or inner light. What do you call? You can give it a name, whatever name you want to give, right? So as of now, I would request all of you that reflect on yourself based on today's discussion and connect yourself to purpose of your life. What has been purpose of your life? Are you been able to, or have you been able to, or have we been able to achieve our purpose in life? If not, if you are able to identify that, well and good. If not, please go take your guiding light, right, as a guide, right, and identify your purpose, right? Identify your purpose. If your purpose is achieved, let's say if you have achieved your purpose, then that's well and good. What is the next step of yours? Or if you are not able to find out your purpose, then of course, as I said, your inner light, your lighting guide, or what you call the higher power, natural world, whatever you say, or universe will guide you, right? So let's find out what are the ways you can find out your purpose. So I leave it up to you. I will keep you motivating. I'll keep you pushing on these kind of reflections. And we would be very happy to hear your sharings when we begin our next sessions tomorrow, right at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So I leave it to you with these thoughts, and let's do it together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandeep ji. So that's very well put across, and I'm sure everyone will feel motivated to explore their own selves and the light they have within themselves.
Yes.
So we conclude our first day of the light, exploring light, the absolute dimension. And it was an amazing session. I'm sure you'll all agree. And tomorrow we are going to talk about how to overcome darkness. So we look forward to more enlightening programs tomorrow with two awesome speakers. And so good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. It was very wonderful of you all. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
Good night.
Thank you. So there were some beautiful comments in the box, which I overlooked reading, but everything is appreciation. Thank you so much, everyone, for your appreciation.